Guys, we're back at the sunroof today. So it was working fine for a bit, but now you can see when you start trying to push it open again, it's doing the same thing as before, where it just barely goes down, doesn't roll back. So I got us some new rails, so we're gonna replace the rails now. All right guys, so I'm not gonna go over how to do the whole removing it. I had the first video that kind of shows that. I'm just going to talk about how to replace the actual rails themselves, okay? Alright, so there's both rails. We have to remove that screw right there so we can remove the stopper. Then we can slide this out. The main thing you want to do is you're trying to take this out through there, right? So you got to push this back to remove these little levers, okay? Then you'll have this screw right here to take off, and below is another one. The screw comes out, and okay, so this pops right out also. You do have to kind of go out like that to get it out, because it has an edge to it there. Alright guys, I ain't gonna lie, it's a bit of a struggle to get this out, alright? You really have to play with it, push this down, push it over, keep pushing this down and up until it finally pulls off the rail. And that's after you take the two screws that are here and the screws that are back here, and then you have to kind of, this thing just kind of slides out. This just holds the cover that's right here, this cover that goes up and down. But once this comes out, then you can kind of scoot it back. Sorry, right there. You can kind of scoot it back and line up the hole to this right here and pop it out. Okay, and it's out. Alright guys, so now we got the new piece, sorry, the old piece, and we have to compare it to see which one, to make sure you replace the right one. So it's going to be this one here. Alright, once you get this to go in, it just slides right up in and out, okay? Alright, so just took the other one off, left side, driver's side, and replace this one. You see this one here, you could easily tell right there it's broken. It's off the rail. It's missing a piece here also. Alright, so the easiest way to put these in, because this is kind of tough to slide it in with all this in between it. So you have to push the air dam cover down, right? And then kind of angle it in to get the left side in. And, oh shit, that's not good. Hold up. Damn it. Put that shit back in there. This way. Damn, that didn't happen on the other side. Let's try it again. Alright, so then once you slide that in, the rest of it becomes pretty firm, but you have to line it up with this thing right here. See that? To slide it in. right? But you have to be careful because these things also hit right here. Sorry, these things right here. The little notches that it has, they kind of get in the way. So you have to move them in and out. All right, but then once you have it in, pops in. Just like that. All right, then you want to kind of put it back where it kind of goes. That's where it belongs. Then you want to level these back to where they go, which is not the first one. The second tab is what goes inside here. So you have to move this forward, but I'm going to go ahead and put the screws in here first for this tab. That's the other way. That way you can easier align it. And two. Right now you should probably use a screwdriver for this and not a power tool. But I just kind of slowly put it in there. Same thing for the other one. We're going to pick this sucker up right here. And slide it in here also. Once it goes a little bit in there, that's tight. Alright, now we're going to put the stopper on here, and the stopper kind of goes this way, right in the very end. Just like that. And you might have to also move this thing up and down and left to right a little bit to get it in there. You know how to do it on the other side. And you got a little screw that goes in there. Okay, then you have the other clip. Come on. That goes right in there, you can see. It fits just like that. And this just has one screw. Alright, so now all the screws are on. Everything's on. Now we just have to realign this. Okay, so to move this forward, again, this little gap here that's there has to be in here. So, easiest way is to kind of push this over and slide it in. Just like that. Alright, looks like it's back on. Alright guys, everything's back together as it goes. But we still got one problem. Still is not working. So I found out it's not the actual... It's not, although these things were cracked and parts were missing on it. The rails, this little device here and there, and that thing there that controls the up and down movement, which is connected to this is made out of metal. This one is not going down properly. I've readjusted it. This side works fine. You can see when you push down, but I'm gonna close it. It works fine to open and close. Both sides work fine to vent. Close, vent, right? Close, but then once you go back, I'm gonna slide it back. I'm gonna stop right there. See the tab? There's 3 tabs on the slider, the guide. There's 1 tab, 2 tabs, right? And the 3rd tab over here, the 3rd tab goes underneath the rail, right? This device pushes it underneath the rail. Okay, this side, first tab, second tab, the third tab does not go underneath the rail. This device is not pushing it down. I've tried pushing it forward, down, and because it doesn't push it down, it kind of throws it off. So it's a little further behind the rest of it. So now whenever you try to, when you close it, see how it clips? When you close it, it ends up misaligned. It's not aligned to that, right? Everything's misaligned now. This side's fine. This side's still straight. But this side ends up being misaligned. So you could fix it by pushing it forward. Now it's aligned. But this device, this mechanism here is just not pushing it down before it slides back. So it's still not going to work. But job's done. This part's repaired. We're just going to go ahead and grease it up now. The kit does come with this. To put some grease all around it. Let's do that. I probably should have done that before. Taking it to a car wash, making sure there's no leaks in here. Alright guys, so the sunroof didn't work. I have it closed right now. So that was a fail. We're not able to fix the opening and closing of the sunroof. So those parts definitely needed to be replaced. So I'm glad we replaced them. So we'll have to do something to see if we can figure out what to do with the rails, how to make that device correctly go up and down, right? But that'll be another video. See if we can figure that later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out some of these other videos I have also, alright? Deuce. Bam.